Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. We're pretty bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm going to be addressing a pivotal inquiry. What is it, you may ask? The inquiry entails the following. Is it embarrassing to collect action figures as an adult at age 30? I'm nearly 30. I'm on the cusp of turning 30. I'm withering away. I'm a relic of the past, and I'm derived from a time of antiquity. So, what do I think? Well, unfortunately, you're going to get mocked, you're going to get ridiculed, but leave people to their own devices and let them be. And in life, you got to have a thick skin. You know, I'm not saying to be callous per se, but don't let it yank your chain or bother you or vex you or trifle you. You know, you got to do what is most conducive to empowering yourself, your lifestyle, and your being. You know, you got to take care of your mind, body, and spirit. And what better form of ecstasy than, or I should say, what's a better form of ecstasy than buying inanimate objects, aka hunks of plastic that are frivolities that you don't need, that take up space, and that consume your time, money, wealth, and dignity. Perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit, but you get the gist of this. Action figures are essentially a luxury good. They're an amenity. It's something you don't need to buy. Most people deem the purchase of action figures to be an unwarranted purchase because they provide no pragmatic use other than rendering you more euphoric, more gleeful, more elated, more ecstatic, more floored, and more jovial and jubilant, to say the least. So, these action figures can buy you happiness. Your fiat currency can be traded in for hunks of plastic, and those hunks of plastic can buy you euphoria, to say the least. Some people get their stimuli through winning auctions via eBay. Other people attain their stimuli through unboxing action figures. Other people attain their jollies and become exhilarated and ecstatic through displaying their action figures. I love to flaunt them on shelves. This action figure is one of my favorites that was released in recent months. I believe he may have been released in either 2017 or 2016. I don't recollect the exact date, but he's a decent army builder figure. He's an Evil Dead Demon Spawn figure, and all my figures, almost all of them, 99% of the time, I buy them used via eBay and Loss. That's the utmost affordable way to procure them. Unfortunately, the integrity of those figures has been compromised. A lot of the times, their joints are loose. Sometimes they're missing appendages. They're scuffed. They have dings and dents, and they're marred. But I can't afford to pay triple the price or quadruple the price to buy them new and near mint condition, you know. But when you can buy them new, it's always a euphoric experience. But yet again, it's also an inconvenient experience to unbox them, and they take up more precious real estate in a storage unit. So just be wary of that. Here's another action figure that I love. Here's a Jakks Pacific, or World of Nintendo, and Bowser and Mario. The Mario figure I don't fancy too much because he has open hands, and that's one of my gripes appertaining to this purchase. I detest and disdain and loathe and resent the idea that his hands are open. He has giant apertures between his thumbs and his index finger, and it's just uncanny, awkward, and it doesn't really tickle my fancy per se, and it just deters me from wanting to buy more action figures from Jakks Pacific. But Jakks Pacific is notorious for making some decent figures, such as the Jakks Pacific King Cold action figure and Bardock action figures, which I still have unopened. Fortunately, I got them when I did, because their prices now are over $200 each, even used, so it's just insane, but it is what it is. Now, let's stop digressing and get back into the nitty-gritty. In terms of the hobby, even though other people deem it to be a childish, jejune hobby, or something petulant, you know, I don't care what they think. You know, I love displaying the action figures on shelves. I love when they're all consolidated together onto the shelves. They look enough to be epic, they look divine. They're celestial, to say the least. They represent my favorite TV shows, movies, video games, series, and my interests. So they're the manifestations of my passions, and I just don't care what other people think. When you become older, you become more mature, and as you age, you realize that you can't live your life in prison in fear. You can't fret. You can't be trepidatious. You have to be audacious. You have to have the temerity to buy what you want, not care what other people think, and do what makes you happy. You need to be a peaceful being. You need to abide by the non-aggression principle, and you need to also demonstrate unrequited love and peacefulness, and kindness and sincerity and affability to others. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and don't let their directives, don't let their expectations dictate your interests, your passions, your hobbies, and your lifestyle. If you want to collect action figures, then by all means hoard, but just understand that they will siphon your wealth, they will drain your wealth, and they'll drain your time. So just know the repercussions, that they take up space, they deplete your wallet, and you may be ostracized for being pursuant of your hobby. But even so, if someone can't respect you for your likes, someone's going to be judgmental and believe that these are immature, then so be it. I don't care. I'll keep collecting in perpetuity, even if other people think it's ridiculous and asinine and ludicrous. I'm not here to appease other people in the multiverse. I am an adherent to the non-aggression principle. I demonstrate unrequited kindness to everyone. I'm affable towards everyone, you know what I mean? And I respect everyone for their sentiments, and their beliefs and their interests and whatnot, and their convictions and their creeds. And I just hope that other people can be a bit more understanding and not deem it to be immature, that I love my hunks of plastic. My love for my action figures is inexplicable, ineffable, unfathomable, and too massive to apprehend nor comprehend in any way, shape, nor form. So there we go. I hope that you found this video to be enthralling and insightful. I'm not embarrassed to admit to any of the 8 billion sovereign spirits on this planet, in this little simulation, that I love action figures. These are not physical. Don't be mistaken. Sure, they're hunks of plastic, but they're comprised of a myriad of particles, and particles are just fluctuations of energy vibrating at extremely slow frequency. So this action figure is just a consolidated form of energy, aka matter, that's preordained to become disintegrated. So my visual prowess is not strong enough to see it at the atomic level, but if I could, I would just see it as energy, nothing more nor nothing less. But based on this particle composition, it gives off the illusion of being physical and embodying demon spawn. So it's close enough in this little simulation to be perceived as physical, even though it's truly not. And of course your eyes deceive you, but our 7 senses are how we decode everything as this confluence of time and space, and we can't see the multiverse beyond the parameters of our 7 senses. So I hope that you found this video to be enthralling, captivating, and of course bedazzling. I hope that you were enlightened. Have a wonderful, marvelous, blissful day. Goodbye.